That's a kid.
Hey,
Hey,
everybody.
somebody.
How are you? We got Max Mueller. So, what is he saying? Don't flub this live up like.
Oh yeah, had to go there, didn't you?
Oh, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to sit and have a good time for a little while. We'll
Yeah, and I'll
wait.
have you know that my handicap is a 6. I'd like to see you carry your own bag.
He can't even walk up and downstairs. But that's not what we're talking
Yes,
about. We're here to talk about nostalgia
yes.
and toys and comics and records and TV and movies
Oh,
and things like that.
all that.
Things that make us happy and forget all the responsibilities we have and this and that. That's what we're here for.
What about vintage candy?
Whatever. Just not politics. Not
Like
in
Charleston Chew.
I never had Charleston
I
chew.
used to eat those.
Did you?
Yeah, you could get a free comic book from
Mm.
Charleston Chew if you mailed in wrappers.
I
Yeah,
never had Charleston chew,
yeah,
so I don't know
yeah. Charleston Chew.
what that
The
is.
Reggie bar, which
Mm-mm.
was actually a circle.
I like Chico stick.
Chunky.
Mm-mm, I ain't had that.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
Okay, cowtails.
I know what cowtails are, but I don't remember if I ate that.
Oh my God, what am I going to do with you?
No, no.
That's incredible.
Is anybody watching? Nobody's talking to us.
I
Well,
don't
anyway,
know.
I hope you
Uh
had a
oh,
very
you had to
unevent. Oh, I'll keep the
quit
thing.
kicking
I hope
things.
you had a very uneventful week.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a short week this week for us. I know for sure because of the holiday. Tomorrow is a
Oh yeah.
holiday, and we're off Friday. They gave us Friday off, so but for us, it's been a short week, and that's good. Sometimes you just want to not be at work. You want to be somewhere else.
Like every day. Every day.
Yeah. No, yes, we are.
Golly, there's 57
I
boxes. Give us a
know.
chance.
We are going through the comic
Yeah.
boxes. It's going to take a minute, but we are going through. So far, no gems, just some run fillers. I don't think we're going to find gems. I think it's going to be more run
Oh
fillers
yeah.
than
Let me
anything.
fix that.
He.
You can keep talking. I made a mistake.
Oh, uh,
It's
what
okay.
what'd you do?
It's some. I can keep going. I'm just
Well, I done lost my train of thought now. So
talking about the holiday.
yeah, well, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, I
So
know. See, I said the wrong day on the
on the
on the thing, so I got to change it
oh, why you put a day on
because I always do that.
there?
But for some reason, I said Thursday,
Yeah, and the night is Wednesday. So
so I'll fix that in just in case anybody is like super confused by that. There we go. Yeah,
okay.
thank you, my toy life, because I don't know why I totally blanked out there. I lost track of the time. And
Hey,
Spike is here.
Spike. Hello
He-
from the past. I'm still on
yeah.
Wednesday. Today's
Well,
Wednesday.
I'm so far ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Thank you, Spike.
I'm living at a time ahead of you. What are we going to do for the fourth? We'll sort through comic books, I guess.
Yeah, so the comic verse. We're not gonna do anything. I would like to go to not this year,
Uh-huh.
but I am gonna plan one year to go see fireworks, like the major ones. I haven't seen any fireworks
Well, they do that at
honestly
Stone
since
Mountain.
well,
It's not that great.
yeah, I've seen the one at Stone Mountain. It is pretty good.
Okay.
They do it every night, but on 4th of July, they do a little more because
Hmm.
they do the laser show. Or
Yes.
I don't know if they still do, but they did. They do the laser show, and then after the laser show, they do a like a firework thing. And on 4th of July, the laser show is a little longer. They add to the laser show, and then the fireworks is longer.
Okay.
So that's how they do that. And Josh is always free.
He is. He doesn't cost 60 cents.
No, he
It's
don't cost a
free.
dime. He's free.
And Art Star Confidential.
Hey, how you doing? We doing good.
The one in Massachusetts is nuts.
Yeah, you said so
But
with the army band and the cannons and all
yeah,
of
because they
that.
do it at the Hat Shell on the Charles River. So
Mm,
they've got the Boston Pops Orchestra out there,
mm,
and then when they when they do the final song, they fire cannon. The Navy's out there, and because the
mm.
song, I forget the name of it.
Where you gotta pay at Stone Mountain? You don't have to pay to get into Stone Mountain unless you drive. You can walk into Stone
Uh-huh.
Mountain free. They have parking around the park. But if you drive into the park, it's free. Well, it used to be now. It used to be.
Uh-huh.
When I lived in Stone Mountain some years back, it was free. And the fireworks display was free. You didn't pay to go see this. Now, unless you're talking about someplace else, I don't know. But at Stone Mountain Park, it used to be free when I lived there, and I went one year, but it was so crowded. Um, but I used to go to the laser show. I went to the laser show a couple times. It's not crowded. And like I said, if you go to the laser show, it's about the same thing, except for the fireworks were longer and the laser show was longer. So they had the laser show and fireworks every night. But on 4th of July, like I said, it was
Yeah.
longer. So you might have to pay now because that's what you do now. Everything costs.
But
But
yeah, the one in Massachusetts is crazy, but it's so crowded, and then after everything's over, getting out of there takes hours.
yeah, that's how it
You
was at
know,
Stone
yeah.
Mountain. But if you walked to get in, you didn't have to pay. I mean, it was easier to get out. If you drove, of course, it was a nightmare getting out of there.
No, you can't drive in Boston.
Mm.
There is nowhere to park. Everybody came on like the subway.
And it cost him for all the
Really?
extras. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's new.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I used to live in Stone Mountain, and I lived literally probably a mile away from the park. And I would take my dog, so we would drive and park at the MARTA station. It was a MARTA station like a block and a half away, and you could just walk in. And it's open because it's a state park, and state parks are free if you walk in. If you drove, you had to pay. It's like $5 per car to get in. It used to be, like I said, I ain't been to Stone Mountain Park in so long.
Yeah.
Who knows? Hey, happy to catch a live stream. Hey, the artist formerly known as Jesse. Say what?
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I see he's a Peanuts fan,
Mm-hmm.
according to his icon there,
Mm-hmm.
with Snoopy impersonating Lucy. That couldn't have gone over too well.
No. Lucy was a nut job.
Lucy was a bully.
Yeah, I didn't care for
Mhm.
her. She was never nice in any way. You know how sometimes even a bully have a nice moment. She never had a nice moment.
Yeah, that's why Snoopy used to torment her. He used to drive her crazy.
Yeah.
But hey, what are you going to do? Oh, no, she was nice to Schroeder.
Yeah, because she liked Schroeder.
She liked
Schroeder
Schroeder.
hated her.
Schroeder couldn't stand her. But
Mhm.
and he didn't hold back on it either. He didn't hold back on that either. And she took it.
Yeah,
She
took it like a
she
champ.
she did. She took it. So yeah, we had that big book box a lot, and we've been sorting through the long boxes that look like they're full of like hodgepodge,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some Bronze Age stuff in there, but it's in rough shape.
Mm-hmm.
But then the other stuff, the stuff that's in the short boxes, it's in blocks. So it's comic lots, when the bundles that the comic shop would get,
Mm-hmm.
where it's a block of like 10, 20, 30 books even, that they look like they're smack mint.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, there are multiple copies of the same books, and that's what we really need to dig into, and that's going to take a while.
Yeah.
It's possible they could even put complete sets together from certain things. Like, I think there's probably 10 or 15 complete sets of Secret Wars 2
In Alpha
sitting there.
Flight.
Yeah, there's a lot of Alpha Flight.
I hope it's a complete set of Green Arrow because I'm trying to put this together.
Uh-huh.
The Green Arrow from the 90s because I'm reading that and I got to finish it. So I got to finish run so I can finish reading it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm hoping that's in there.
Well, it's a lot of work, so we're not going to necessarily just fly through that.
No, you got to sift through bit by bit. But there's some run fillers in there. Like I said, I saw some horror books, a bunch of war books was in there.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of other books if you're interested in. It's like halfway complete runs or complete runs of this and that.
Yeah.
So that's always cool. Nothing I'm interested in, but still, it might be something somebody
Yeah,
interested
piece
in.
of this, piece of that. So,
Yeah.
And then whatever we're not going to use, we'll just take it to the next retro toy swap and,
Yeah.
price it in blocks, do the stuff that's really beat up, put it in the 25-cent box and, then go the next tier up and the next tier up. And that's what you do.
Yeah. Put together sets and sell them in bundles.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody want a bundle of Alpha Flight or Harbinger.
Alpha Flight. I don't know. Was Alpha? I never really read Alpha Flight.
I bet you Alpha Flight is like really good,
It
and
could
people
be.
sleep on it, just like Green Arrow.
Uh-huh.
Because Green Arrow, the '90s version is really good. It's
Yeah.
a really good read, and people sleep on it. So you never know. You might have a gem there, and then everybody sleep on it, and it's
Yeah.
always in the dollar bin or the 50-cent bin, and then one day in 15 years, somebody gonna say, "Oh yeah, that Flight, that was a real good read."
Well, there's a few properties out there that are actually really good stories that people just completely overlook. Like I've mentioned before, The Weird was a really good story.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what was it? Haywire,
Mm.
which is a 12-issue series from DC, was interesting. They've got their stuff that's pretty decent. I see Raccoon is here.
Yep.
They got their stuff that's pretty decent, and it just kind of gets forgotten about because it's not the big sexy book. It's not it doesn't have the big keys or real popular character. Like look at all the old Sergeant. Who is it? Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos.
Yeah.
Nobody pays attention to those. It's not bad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
People ignore those.
And Wildcats really ain't that bad.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
But
some of the Image titles weren't so bad.
yeah.
They were the flashy titles when they came out in the 90s and they wanted to butt heads with Marvel and DC. That's what that was all about. But they produced tons and tons of books. The Image and Valiant were cranking books out, but everybody was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Everybody was in the 90s. Oh, there's too many books. Well, what do you want? What do you want? They can't all be worth a fortune.
I know. And now they just got books. I don't know. Every now and then you get something like something is killing the children, Invincible, Walking Dead. You get them onesie twosies like that, and I think a lot of people just buy the first one just in case it takes off.
Yeah.
And then because you'll be like, oh, I remember when something was killing children came out, and I didn't move on it. So you're gonna say to yourself, I'm never gonna do that again. So I'm gonna buy every first issue of whatever comes out.
And people do that and the companies nowadays they take advantage of that because they crank #1 issues out.
Yeah.
And then people, oh, this would be the next. Oh, this one's gonna be my retirement fund.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
But you never know because, like I said, Walking Dead, Saga, Something's Killing the Children, Invincible. They all started somewhere.
I saw some Saga in those boxes.
Yeah, it was some Saga in there. Wasn't Saga #1?
Oh yeah.
but it was Saga in there.
Yeah, Saga's in there someplace. Eric Peter says Jim Lee's first published art was in Alpha Flight number 51. 51. Is that the only book that's worth anything out of the whole series?
You don't know. It might be a good read.
It might be a good
You
read.
got to sit down and take a crack at it.
Yeah.
Read that first book and see if it's gripping.
Is it gripping? Does it grab you by the throat and throttle you and say, "Read me, damn it"?
I know, make you want to read the next issue.
Reach. It'll take a while to warm up,
Yeah.
and you don't know what the hell you're looking at. So I keep wanting to give it a chance because I really like this character. You know what was a good one? Was Doom 2099.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Doom 2099 was actually a good storyline. It made a lot of sense.
Mm. With Doctor Doom.
Yeah, and it showed you a different angle. Doom fell through time and landed in 2099 in
Okay.
the storyline and came through somehow younger.
Mm.
He wasn't older, but then he, he's in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to his home country, Latvia, of which he is the king of Latvia. And someone else is in charge. Of course, yeah, it's over 100 years later. And the guy thoroughly trounced him because all of his armor was out of date.
Mm.
But so it was interesting.
But they got a lot of 2099. Like
Yeah, they did Spider-Man 2099.
Punisher.
Yeah. Punisher 2099 was interesting too because the Punisher, it's not the Punisher, it's someone else who stumbles across one of Frank Castle's hideouts and finds his journal.
Oh, the War Journal?
Yeah.
Because they got Punisher War Journal.
And he's reading it and he's so fascinated by it, being a former soldier, being former law enforcement, that he has this, he feels like he's been possessed by the Punisher and he wants to go out and do what the Punisher did. They had X-Men 2099, Ravage 2099. They did a bunch of them. Some of them, some of them were good, some of them weren't. But that's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
I saw some Doom 2099 in the boxes. As we sift through and we see what we have. You found some Alf in there. Those were in pretty good shape.
It was only 2 copies.
Well,
no, 2
Alf,
issues.
everybody.
I mean,
two
two
issues.
issues. So, but I mean, yeah, it was Alf. But we still got a lot to
anything Star
through.
Comics.
Yeah.
Anything Star Comics is worth taking a look at. So.
And it's a lot of Richie Rich.
Okay.
It's like a short box full of just Richie Rich. It's like, wow, somebody really wanted
Richie Rich. Well, any of those titles, there's a big niche for those. People like that stuff.
I guess.
Yeah, people like that stuff. Like Richie Rich and Dollar. His dog's name was Dollar.
Oh, that's the dog?
The dog's name was Dollar. Richie Rich and Dollar. And the other super rich kid that was always trying to compete with Richie Rich, but Richie had more money and would always show him up. It's like,
that sounds so lame.
It is. The cartoon was lame. It was a Saturday morning cartoon too in the 80s. Yeah. The Richie Rich show. Blah. It was bad. It was bad. I think it was on ABC. But yeah, it was a stupid show. Who knew that Casper is actually Richie Rich's ghost?
Oh, is it?
I don't know, but their facial features are the same.
Oh.
If you compare Casper next to Richie Rich,
maybe it's the same artist.
Yeah, that must be it. Or Richie Rich died. Maybe the kid who hated him killed him. Was it Reggie? Maybe off to Richie Rich. I don't know. But yeah, there was a ton of Richie Rich in there. But there, like I said, there is a big niche for those. A lot of people like Richie Rich. A lot of people are looking for that.
Yeah, looking for Archie.
Any of that kind of stuff. That old, those old Whitman Hanna-Barberas, and yeah, the Archies, like you said. Archie has a huge following. A huge following, and most of them aren't that expensive. You don't start seeing any kind of real value on Archie until you start getting into the Silver Age, unless there's something specific.
Yeah, because they had a lot with the headlight covers and the innuendos and stuff like that, and those are worth
that
a
classic
lot.
art on the old gold key stuff, golden age stuff. T. Stewart says he likes your hair.
Thank you. I got it done today. No, it didn't really take that long. Let me see. Maybe it's about 2.5 hours because I got it in this time. I'm
Yes.
done with those 9 hour braids. I used to get my hair done, and the type of braids I used to wear was
Uh-huh.
9 hours. I got tired of that. I'm like, I'm not doing that no more. So now, if I get it braided, I get it in cornrows, which is this, and it's quicker
Uh-huh.
because 9 hours is just too much. And then taking it out is just as bad. I had the entire Elf collection. It was fun and funny. I hope it's better than the
I
TV
knew you were going to
show
say that.
because the TV show started wearing you out after a while. And we've talked about Alf in the TV
Yeah.
show before. It just, he just never got better. It seems like sometimes he would get better, but more times than not, he would get worse.
Yeah,
And
he
it's,
ruined that family.
yeah, and it was like he never progressed. And I think the show would have, for me, the show would have did better if he progressed through the seasons. Like if in season one he was a klutz and a nitwit and all of that. And then by the time you got to the end of season one into season two, he's getting better, more helpful, more responsible. But that wasn't the case. They just kept him as clumsy, just destructive, and I just couldn't take it. Sometimes it was funny,
And greedy.
yeah, and greedy.
Very greedy.
But most times it was just too much
Yeah.
destruction. I mean, it's a TV show. I know, I understand, but
Sure, but he put
golly,
that family in bankruptcy. They had a second mortgage on that house.
yeah,
They
he was always tearing up, but didn't seem to really care.
the only his one redeeming quality was that he was very honest.
Mm-hmm.
I only ever recall him lying in one episode, and that was the cat, the
Mm.
kitten.
Mm-hmm.
He they had the kitten, and he told Willie he ate it when they were
Mm.
trying to find the kitten. He was like, "Where is it?" And he goes, I I ate it." And Willie's like, "Oh my God, how could you do that, Alf?" But he didn't eat it. He was hiding the kitten
Mm.
because they were going to give it away, and he
Mm-hmm.
didn't want them to. But that's the only time I ever recall him lying about anything on the show. He always told the truth.
Yeah.
So you can give him that much. And the Alf Christmas special will break your heart. It is
The Christmas
fantastic.
special with the little girl, because they had like another one that was annoying, but the one where he was in the hospital, well, he went to the hospital.
Yeah,
That one was really
that
good.
is a heartbreaker. That's
Yeah.
like watching one of the good episodes of Highway to Heaven. The Highway to Heaven has mostly good episodes, to be fair.
Yeah, but sometimes
Sometimes,
they got kind of off too.
yeah, sometimes they had an episode where you watched it and you were like, "All right, that doesn't make any damn sense, guys. You
Yeah.
you you
Yeah.
you're pushing it."
And stuff could never happen, like the one where the guy was in court for stealing a $2 bottle of alcohol.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, they got a jury trial and everything, and it's like it's a $2 bottle of alcohol he stole. No,
That's not how that's
he
handled.
didn't even
Yeah.
steal it. He left the money. But I mean,
Uh-huh.
that's when it got like, okay, is this unrealistic. I mean, they were trying to prove a point and go on, but at least make it halfway realistic. But yeah.
The one with the dog was a heartbreaker. The one with the where they found the dog,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns out the dog was the one with the mission.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one. And then of course the one with the homeless kid who lived in the box with the cat.
Yeah.
That one was hard to watch. It's like, oh my God, can I get through this? That was a heartbreaker. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's mostly good shows with the Highway to Heaven. But there was a few that you were just like left you scratching your head, wondering what the hell, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? But anyway, again, we went through a ton. We sorted through some a bunch of the books tonight. Like I said, just going through the junk ones, the ones
Yeah.
that look kind of like junk, and there's still a lot of pretty decent stuff in there. To be fair,
Mm-hmm.
and again, run fillers and reader copies and stuff like that. The overflow, we'll just take it and blow it out at the next retro toy swap like we had
Normally
before.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. See if anybody wants them
Yeah.
and sell them cheap enough because I'm not trying to. I like I go through every single book and get a and get an assessed value on every single one
And grade
and grade it and
it.
then put a price on it and it's like Ebenezer Scrooge going through everything. Like, no, I can't do
Hey,
it.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't want. Oh yeah, you want me to do that? I'll be there for years. I'll be up there for years, trying to assess uh, value versus grade
Mm-hmm.
and make any of it make sense. It's better to just bulk it unless I run across something that's an actual like big key. You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
Something could jump out at you and surprise you, and you'd be like, "Oh, wait a minute, how did this get in here?" It can happen. Usually, it doesn't though with those kind of lots.
I found some pretty decent books at shows in the dollar box
That's true.
that the dealer missed. And they're like, wow, you found that in that box? And they know I did because they stand there. I mean, they don't watch you and lord over you or
Sure,
anything,
but they see
but
you.
but they see where you are and they're like, you found that in that box? And I'm like, yeah.
She found the first appearance of the Predator on a box like that.
Yeah. I found
Oh my
Amazing
God.
Spider-Man 75, and I found one of the oh, what's that character? The black guy, Brother
Brother
Voodoo.
Voodoo in the bin. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, oh my
And I
God.
knew that book was over $50 because I had it. And it was in good shape. It wasn't beat up or torn or
Yeah.
anything like that. They just had it in the wrong
Well,
spot.
they end up with a lot like what we did, but they don't
Hmm.
want to bother to sort through it.
Or sometimes they do, but you just miss things.
Yes.
Sometimes you just really do look look past it. You know, a book might stick together. You turn your head for a minute and you turn back and you done flip three books. So you
That can
never know,
happen.
you know.
That can happen. Nostalgic for the 70s. Happy day before the 4th. USA isn't perfect, but at least you have a constitution with enshrined rights. We hope so.
Mm-hmm.
All we have here are privileges that can be taken away at any time.
I know that's right.
Yeah, well, we kind of have privileges too, but it's a little harder. That's that's the difference.
Yeah,
A little bit
yeah,
harder here. Fortunately,
yeah.
it could be. Yeah, could be worse.
It could be worse. We
Could be
got to
worse.
count our blessings. We could be
Yes,
living in Africa somewhere, South
that's true.
America.
South America,
I don't know.
Middle East. There's a lot of rough spots.
Yeah, but for all America is, I wouldn't live anywhere else.
Hmm.
I've been in other countries. Some are nice, some not so much, but I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. Even the way it is now, I
Hmm.
still wouldn't want to live anywhere else. So I am grateful for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So there. So, anyways, I still haven't had a chance to. I still haven't had a chance to film my Woolworth flyer that I found at the antique mall in the free bin, but I will. It is the 1977 Mother's Day edition, and it is complete. All 24 pages are there, but I wanted to film it
hmm
and do like a virtual video tour of it. But I still intend to do that. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. We've been pretty busy. And it's just, a walk down memory lane. It's pretty fascinating looking at the stuff that's in here
hmm
and just remembering, or remembering even when this stuff used to come in the Sunday paper.
hmm
And sometimes it would come in the Wednesday edition. You get
hmm
the bonus ones in the Wednesday edition, but you get the Sunday paper and you find a bunch of stuff like this, and you find the coupon section. I don't even know if they do that anymore.
Yeah.
Most newspapers only make the Sunday edition anymore.
They don't
Anyways.
even do that anymore.
Yeah, it's everything is online.
Yeah.
And yeah, the era of the newspaper is pretty much dead. Magazines are following it.
Yeah, we did come across a Tom and Jerry, and I have some Bugs Bunny and Looney
Hmm.
Tunes that I got from other shows and other lots that we had.
Yeah.
I haven't read those yet. I read like The other ones.
Well, the
I
Gold
haven't
Key
read
and the
those ones.
Whitman reprints of those,
Mm-hmm.
because Whitman reprinted a lot of those. But yeah, I think we have a whole box full of all
Yeah,
sorts of assorted ones like
yeah,
that.
yeah. We do, we do. Woolworths. I used to shop there before they changed the store to Towers. Used to eat fish and chips
Yeah,
there.
Woolworths had a lunch counter.
Mm-hmm.
Woolworths had lunch counter. Kmart had lunch counters. Even Walmart, once upon a time, had
Really?
lunch counters. Yeah, they did that too, and then they did away with it, and they sublet out to franchises, and that's why they got like Subway and
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's and stuff
But
in there now.
nobody does the lunch counters anymore.
No, that's another one that's gone away. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, the grocery stores have lunch. They do like I know like at Publix they do a big old thing for lunch because people from work come there during lunchtime, and at outside they got benches for you to sit in, and at one of the Ingles they do a big lunch thing, and they have an indoor seating area for people that work. You got workers that come in and they'll sit and eat, and they have a drinks and all of the condiments and stuff, and that's always cool. I like that. But to
it's not
go to,
quite the same.
no, it's not
Yeah,
the same, but at least it's a, I don't want to say home cooked meal, but it is a cooked.
it's something.
Yeah, it is a cooked meal. I mean, you can get a hot meal or you can get a sandwich because they sell the sub sandwiches. I know, like at Publix, man, their sub sandwiches are so big, it can't even close it. I mean, and then it's not extra. Like if you ask for extra stuff,
Depends on who you get.
they don't charge you for it. Now, if you go during lunch, they don't skimp. If you go after lunch hours, then they start skimping on stuff. You go on the weekends, they start skimping. But if you go during lunchtime, Monday through Friday, they just whatever's there, they just put it on there. And they keep on putting it on. You're like, wow, golly, dude, calm it down some.
That's what you want.
Yeah,
You want
that's
that
what you want.
overabundance.
They gotta close it with a knife, and then they're leaning on it and they wrapping it up in the paper. I love Wizard Magazine and Starlog.
Says two old geeks, the old sci-fi magazines. Uncarded says he remembers Fangora magazine. Yeah, magazines are dead. I mean, they're
Yeah.
still they're still out there, but they're like crazy expensive now. And the section is like a tenth of what it used to be,
I remember
easily.
like Word Up and Fresh. I used to get those and take the posters out and put it up on my wall.
Cream. They
I don't know about no Cream.
yeah, Cream, CREEM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Teen Beat.
Yeah, Teen Beat Vibe. And then they had Jive magazine, which was like a gossip magazine, and you write in like stories,
Uh-huh.
and so they'll publish like little stories. And in my high school it was banned. You couldn't have it. People had it anyway. I don't know why. But the stories were like, I don't know, I guess like teenagers, young adults wrote in, and it was like kind of like sex experiences and stuff like that, or
Ah,
just gossipy stuff. And they didn't want you reading that at school, so they banned it.
I see. So and now they publish it in their textbooks.
Yeah. I remember as kids shopping with mom, and after the cashier would we would head to the lunch counter and have a hamburger, fries, hot hamburger,
Or
or
fish
fish
and
and
chips,
chips.
as nostalgic. Yeah, fish and chip. Was it cod? Was it? Don't get me going. Was it cod? It's
Mm-mm.
not really fish and chips if it isn't cod.
Halibut.
Oh no,
That's what that girl told you the
no,
other
no,
day.
no.
Oh, it's halibut.
Or
Them famous monsters of filmland.
Danny, yeah, he's
Hey, Danny.
remembered some of the magazines there, and they're hard. Those are hard to find in good shape now too.
But I
Those
used to like
magazines.
going to the grocery store and standing in line and reading the magazines while you were standing in line. You
Mhm.
didn't buy the magazines, you just
Yeah, you
read them.
flip through them.
Yeah.
You flip through them.
Hey, BK on the air. How are
Glad
you?
you could make it.
And then we got Mark. Good evening, guys. Finally not working and caught you guys.
Yeah, here we go. And
Awesome hair. Thank you. Thank you so much.
yeah, I did it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I didn't do it because somebody's going to congratulate me here in a second. Uncarded says they have the first 200 issue run of Savage Sword of Conan
Ooh.
and a few of those key appearances in Strange Tales.
Oh, cool.
She's been trying to finish running down Conan the Adventurer.
I need one more book.
I think it's only 14 issues.
Yeah, I think I need 14.
The cover art on those is really good, actually.
Yeah.
The Conan the Adventurer, and it's connected to the
Cartoon.
after school cartoon that ran in the early 90s.
Yeah, so we saw the cartoon. I have the toy line, which is not a lot of toys.
No, it's like 8 figures and 2 horses.
Yeah, and then the comic book, and the cartoon was pretty good. I liked it. You know, I mean, it doesn't like amazing, but it was good. Gold Key Comics, yeah.
You know what's really underrated is the Classics Illustrated. Some of those Classics Illustrateds are pretty good. They're good reads, but nobody gives a damn about Classics Illustrated.
No, Ivanhoe. Hey, Toy Chic,
hey,
how are
Toy
you?
Chic
There
made
go
it.
Mark. He has a channel called Toy Chic, where he does toy reviews and he talks and rants.
Yes.
So check him out.
Raccoon says when they're at the checkout, they turn around all the magazines with Taylor Swift on the cover.
She's on a ton of comic books now.
Oh my God.
I think the Dazzler comics?
They want to connect her to Dazzler. I guess there's rumors that she's going to play Dazzler in the MCU. So yeah, they'll ruin that character too.
Yeah, because it's one guy, Charlie. We see him at comic shows. He's the only person that has like all of them. It's like a lot of comics, and she's on the cover of them. And but it seems like he has all of them, and he got them all slabbed and on the wall.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's like, dude, put something else on the wall. You got a lot of good books.
He's waiting. He's waiting for it to jump off, and he'll be ready.
Yeah, he'll be ready.
He'll be ready. He'll be like, I got him. I got.
Because I remember we saw him at the Barnyard Flea Market sale.
Yeah.
And that's where I first saw him. I was like, where you get all this Taylor Swift? Oh, yeah, I got the whole run. I got every one. And he has them up. And then we saw him at the last show we went in Augusta. He had them up. And I'm like, ugh.
Because if they ever do anything with her, those will blow up. And then after the film is released or whatever, they'll go right down the drain like everything else.
Her fans have to know that there's a comic.
Sure.
But are they putting it out there to the fans?
Does she know? Does she have fans, or do they just tell us that she does?
Well, they got people. She got sellout concerts.
I guess so.
Hey,
Severus is here. Glad you could make it.
They got sellout concerts.
Okay, I don't know.
So I don't know. I
don't know nothing about that.
I
couldn't name a Taylor Swift song. I don't think I could name one. Could you name one?
I know it was one on her first album. I'm not gonna lie. I actually like. I've heard and seen videos, like if something come on, if a couple of them come on, I would know it and could sing along. It's one. I don't have any downloaded, but it is one off of her first album when she was still a country singer that I actually really like. I thought it was a good song. I don't even know the name of it.
Oh, there's Tommy.
Hey, Tommy. But whatever. As a Dazzler fan, I don't
want her playing her. Besides, Marvel can't afford her, according to
Raccoon.
No,
it was a couple of
Dazzler. It's Disney, and they launder money with these.
Oh no!
Don't get me started. That's what people are saying about that new Star Wars. It's money laundering.
It's a couple of Dazzler books in that lot we got. She'll ruin the Dazzler first appearance price, so they can finally snag
her. Toy Chic. That's how people were able to afford the Savage She-Hulk, because it's worth less now than before the show. She's
not 40. She's in her 30s, I think.
Is she? I don't know how old
I
she
don't know
is.
how old
I have
she
no
is
clue.
either.
That's what's the other movie that happened to?
She-Hulk.
No, I just said that.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
She-Hulk and Miss Marvel. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
worth less now.
Eternals.
It's worth less now than before the movie came out.
Yeah, Eternals.
So there you go.
Yeah, singing all
I don't
them
know how
teenage.
old she is.
I don't know either because I don't follow her. I don't do all that. But
Uh-huh.
I want to say she in her 30s because it seemed like they made a big deal when she had turned 30. So I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, all them teenage bubblegum pop. That's what
Yeah.
they call it. Bubblegum
Bubblegum
pop.
pop.
But the only
Do they still
person,
call it that?
yeah, because I heard some guy on one of those music channels that I like to listen to was going on and on and on about how he didn't like her because all she sing is bubblegum pop. And
Uh-huh.
another singer, a big name singer, said the same thing. That that's what she sings. And I was like, what is bubblegum pop? So I went and looked it
It
up.
says she's 34.
Manufactured auto-tune talent
Yep.
marketed to tweens.
Marketed to tweens.
Yeah, I told her she said she's
34.
34.
There we go.
Yeah.
I see how Toy Chic just knew that.
Because he's a secret fan.
Oh no.
Oh, you bet there's some
Embezzlement with Acolyte. Craig says, yeah,
Craig
what is
had
it?
to chime in.
Eight episodes, almost 200 million, and like almost no special effects in the movies. Where'd the money go? Where'd the money go? It's in the washing machine. Renard says, I used to have a number of the super large size DC Comics limited collection editions, Marvel Treasuries. I really don't see these anymore. They may be underrated. They are. You don't see them too often, and when you do, they're usually beat to death. You know,
yeah.
the
Bob,
this is
I
like a
remember
hair
that.
bothering me. The big ones.
Oh no, Toy Sheet says she's vanilla tasty.
No. Shame on you.
Oh no.
Shame on you. I don't know where your mind is.
Crazy.
He's crazy.
Yep,
Craig says it's
crazy.
The amount of money that they spend on this stuff, you can't justify it.
No,
it doesn't make
because
sense.
just not just the Acolyte, but if you watch like other shows and you hear the price, but then you see the quality of the product, you're like, how could you have spent 100 million, 200 million, 300 and get that? But then if you go way back to, let's say, 1980, the second Terminator didn't even cost that much, and the special effects was way better.
Yeah.
You know,
well, they used a lot of practical effects. The only CGI was the transformation.
But it was better. You would think with the CGI, you would have a better quality because you can do more. I get that, like the flying scenes, you can do more with that, but it still looks cheesy. It doesn't look good.
Because a good example is actually the first Jurassic Park. Because it was a 90s film, a lot of CGI in that. Why does that still hold up and look better than the stuff they're producing now?
$2 billion for
the Rings of Power. Yeah.
Oh my god.
They spent $2 billion, and that's not counting the advertising.
But where and
where is it? Yeah.
Where does the money go? Because I mean, okay, yeah, you
they
gonna
didn't
pay
spend
the
that
actors.
much on the. How much did they spend on the original trilogy? And it looks pretty decent. You know.
I don't know.
Craig thinks they're tax write-offs. It could be. It's money laundering. That's the rumor. That's the rumor. That's just what I've heard, and we'll leave it there because you never know. You never know.
Yeah, who knows? You guys could use your Star Wars action figures you have in the background and come up with better stories on this channel.
I know. I can make them walk around like this.
Yeah, do some stop motion or something. It's messed up.
Is it? Yeah, we could do some stop motion with the action figure. Oh, not even. I could actually have my hands in there and make them walk around and do little voices.
But you know, I've seen a lot of not advertisement articles saying that a lot of Disney World Park is shutting down.
No one's going.
Yeah,
It's too
they're shutting
expensive.
down a lot of the yeah, because of the cost, and it was saying how much, like $200+ a day, and that doesn't even include the the food, the hotels, the transportation,
Yeah.
and all of that. That's just to get in the park one day per person.
And then that Star Wars experience, what was that, 1,500 a day or something insane?
And they had a
It's
lot of interesting stuff, because I remember I wanted to go back. I went twice in my life. I went as a kid, two times.
yeah.
Um, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And now they got way more things. Like, I wanted to see they got that safari experience. They got the Jerusalem. I wanted to see that. They got like the temple, the temple.
Hmm.
And then they got some other stuff. I just like you would love to go and see. I wouldn't ride any rides, because you're gonna stand in line for like 3 hours. But just to go and walk around is a good
And then they
experience.
con you into getting the pass.
The fast pass, but then everybody got the fast
And then
pass.
they're in another line that's about just as long.
Because I remember the second time we went, me and my dad went on one ride, and we stood in line for 3 hours.
Oh my God.
And that was in the 90s. The first time I went, I was in like second or third grade, was the first time. And then the second time, when my brother graduated from naval boot camp, we went, and that was in the 90s
Uh-huh.
sometime or another. And we went then. So I mean, it was just a line. I don't know how much it costs to get in at those times, but the line was long. But now we talked to somebody on here some months ago. They said they took their family, it was $20,000. And I was like, whoa, godly, for everything, all inclusive, everything they
Yeah.
did, it was
Wonder
$20,000.
if it was worth it. Toy Chic says Universal is opening Nintendo World and extending the Harry Potter world and Minions area.
Mm.
It's going to kill Disney further.
And then we saw an ad. Well, I don't think this is a part of Disney, but it's in Orlando, the Lego Land, like Lego World or something. And I'm like, what are you gonna do at Lego World? Are you gonna ride rides, or just walk around and look at Legos?
Uh-huh.
Yes, a story about Greedo running to the post office for stamps would be more interesting than what Disney's doing.
According to Craig there. Tommy says Walt is turning in his cryogenic chamber. Yeah, probably because they ruined his creation.
And that's a shame. You got these people like Dr. Seuss, um, Walt Disney, and all of these other people that made these different stories and characters and Disney
Yeah.
World and stuff like that. And then they passed it on to their kids, and the kids just sold it and just destroyed it.
Yeah.
And it's like, this person worked all these years to build this, to make it like world renowned and this huge legacy. And then in like the manner of a year or two, you just destroy it.
Yeah. And you see it with the Muppets. You've seen it with the Simpsons. I mean, a lot of these mega franchises that were, as I put it, cultural phenomenons once
Mm-hmm.
upon a time. And sooner or later, somebody sells it instead of nurturing it or passing it on, and it gets destroyed. Raccoon says, "Do you think Disney would ever sell Star Wars or Marvel to recoup some losses?" I wouldn't be surprised.
I had wondered if they were going to sell it, what, like a year or two ago, when they were doing all that transition with the owner, and then when a lot of those movies had flopped and they were canceling stuff. I'm like, oh, maybe they'll sell Disney, not Disney. Maybe they'll sell Marvel, just to get rid of it and kind of like focus on one thing. I think they took on too much stuff. It's like, focus and perfect one thing
Yeah.
instead of getting all of these properties, and then you spread yourself so thin, and now it's not doing anything. I mean, I liked them when they were just doing the regular old Disney movies. Why did they need to mess with Star Wars and all
And
of
they
these other
had the
things?
thing that kills it with the Star Wars is the material was there. There's like a couple of hundred Star Wars novels. They're all better than what they're doing.
Well, it's still the same with the Marvel. I
Yeah.
said that a million times. You already got the comic book. You can get the comic
Hmm.
and take that story because some of them, span one book. Okay, but still, you can stretch that story out to 2 hours. You know what I mean? You
Hmm.
get the concept. Okay, here's the concept. Here are the characters. All we got to do is fluff it up a little bit, to stretch it out, go in a little more
Or pick something that's
detail.
continuous.
Yeah, you got some that span for 3, 4 books. Put that all in one movie. The stuff is already there. The characters are already there. Everything is already there. All you got to do is read the book, create, um, turn the book into a movie, and then you're good. Then people won't be so mad, and you wouldn't lose millions. I spent $800 for private guided Harry Potter world tour. Wow, you think name alone would get me a discount for
Yeah,
sure?
because Severus is a character from Harry Potter.
Mm.
Tommy says his Pawpaw used to love watching the old weekly Disney show. Wonderful, yeah, Wonderful World of
Wonderful
Disney
World of
on
Disney. I
TV. That's
remember
right.
that. Wonderful World of Disney. I remember that when that used to come on.
And Raccoon says it happened with Vince McMahon. He bought all his competition and also owned a football franchise. It's just too much. That football franchise crashed and burned.
That crashed and burned before it even got started.
Nobody was going to take it seriously because they thought it was going to be like the wrestling.
It probably would have been. Now, I saw a couple of the movies that WWF did.
uh,
They weren't that bad. They weren't. I mean, they weren't stellar,
uh-huh.
but they weren't that bad. I know I saw 3. I don't know the name of any of them, really. But I remember seeing the first one, and I'm like, wow, that's a WWF movie. It wasn't, the quality was
Yeah.
decent. The acting wasn't bad.
Trying to manufacture careers for some of their superstars beyond the wrestling ring.
But a lot of them could have got a acting gig just because of their size and stature. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like not like Hulk Hogan or Dwayne Johnson quality, you know, where they have real parts and they're not just like in a costume like Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash has got a bunch of acting gigs doing that kind of stuff.
Edge was
Yeah.
doing it on Viking. He was on Viking.
Yeah,
He
but
was one of the bad
it's
guys.
always something like that usually because he was the guy in the costume, the Super Shredder costume, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Secret
yeah,
of the
yeah,
Ooze,
yeah,
and he
yeah,
was the Russian in the Thomas Jane Punisher, the one that looked like Where's Waldo on steroids,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and he got stabbed for real in that scene by accident.
Mm. Macho Man was in Spider Man.
Uh huh. That's right. Playing Bonesaw. He
Mm.
played the character Bonesaw. I always wanted to see Macho Man play Lobo.
Oh yeah, you've said that.
Yeah, I wanted to see, and people are like, but Macho Man can't act, and it's like all he's got to do is play himself. He doesn't have to act. Hell, half the people that you got in these movies can't act.
I
I mean,
know.
what do you want?
Yeah.
And Tommy says Hulk Hogan had real parts. He starred in films. I
Yeah, but
mean,
they weren't anything good.
yeah, but it was he did star in films. He did have a TV show. I don't remember the name of it, but
He had a TV
he
show?
had a TV show.
I don't know about that.
Bret Hart was in a TV show.
Oh, was
He
he?
was in Lonesome Dove.
Yeah, I remember you saying that China was on an episode of
An episode.
something. One of those sitcoms in the 90s. She was on an episode of some sitcom in the 90s. I don't remember the name of it,
Oh my god.
but she was.
But to be fair, Hulk Hogan was the first one to really pull off a solid acting career.
I
Let's just
wouldn't
put it
say
that way.
solid. I think you're going a
He
bit
got
far with
parts. He
solid.
had a career. He had parts. He wasn't like a guest star in this and then 3 years later a guest star in that, like a lot of the other guys. He was getting movie parts even if they were bad, like Urban Commando or whatever. But
I feel like that's something
Oh
they would have
no.
put in the old Wizard mags, when they would do the movie predictions.
Says Toy Chic. Yeah.
I don't know.
Wizard magazine. I remember Wizard.
Can't forget. Yes, he did
He had a
play.
lot of bit parts.
Yeah, but he did real good in They Live.
That's true. That is true. That's his best film.
Yeah.
Is They Live.
Now you can remember that before you remember anything Hulk Hogan was in. He was in
Urban Commando.
yeah.
He was in that wrestling movie.
The Wrestler was good.
Yeah, that wasn't Hulk Hogan though.
I know. I'm just saying that because you said that wrestling movie.
Yeah,
The Wrestler, that movie was
That
good.
movie
It was
was
a
good.
sad movie. You don't know if he died at the end or not.
Yeah, you don't know what happened to him.
But when you see that, and then you go to shows and you see those wrestlers
and how run down a lot of them are. They're in terrible condition. It's sad.
Yeah, because I saw The Wrestler before I started going to shows. And then after I started going to shows and I started seeing the wrestlers, that's all I thought about was that movie. I mean, it wasn't as bad because in The Wrestler, it was just wrestlers in a room and people would come up to them and get autographs. But at least when you're at the shows, it's other things going on. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like you're being ignored, I guess. Because other things is I don't know. But it just feels bad. I don't even go over there to see him.
Oh, No Holds Barred. That's the name of that film. Toy Chic says he just found that in a thrift store. That's a funny movie. That is funny and just goofy and whatever. Just Jeff.
Happy almost
Yeah.
4th. Hope everyone has a safe, happy 4th. Don't forget to leave out chocolate chip cookies and milk for Captain America.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure we will.
Yeah, that's right. If I leave out chocolate chip cookies and milk, it will be gone in the morning.
Yeah, it'll be gone.
Yeah.
Captain America ain't gonna eat it though.
Raccoons eat it.
Yeah.
And possums.
And them cats will drink that milk.
Yeah, they might drink. They'll spill the milk because it'll be in a glass.
Oh, okay.
See, they'll knock that glass down and then they'll get mad. That's what's gonna happen. I could leave donuts out. I can't even do that.
Why?
Because of squirrels. The squirrels will get them before Captain America. I say that because I saw one of our yard cats chasing a squirrel through the back of the yard, and the squirrel had a full donut in his mouth. He had a full like chocolate glazed donut. It was chocolate on the top and whatever, tearing across the yard and up the tree with Porky. That's the name of that particular cat. Going up the tree after him, and then they're doing the side thing where he's trying to move around because he heard him, and then the squirrel scuffles this way and that way. And it's like, you've got a donut.
Leave out a glass of milk for Homelander.
Oh yeah.
That's from The Boys.
He has an obsession with milk.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's
I don't want to know
some
nothing
kind of
about
weird
that
fetish
guy,
with the milk.
because he's just disgusting. I couldn't watch that show. He was just awful.
I
disgusting.
I couldn't watch any more of it either. I saw some of the first season, and I tried because the premise was interesting.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I get this, but it was so vulgar and there was so much gratuitous sex and everything, and I don't care for that.
Yeah. I couldn't. I couldn't get on. I couldn't get with that one. So
Yeah.
I left that alone. David watched it.
I watched some of it. It's harder for her. But I have my threshold too. I have my threshold
It
too.
shows just a
little bit higher. But there's a lot of that. I don't like it either. It's just like, do we have to swear our way through all of this? Do we have to drop an F-bomb 3 times in every sentence? Do I have to see this guy naked? I get it. I know what's going on. There's a point by which the shock value they're trying to throw at you to make it interesting is too much, because it's not necessary. The premise of the story is enough. Severus says, is the American holiday just the actual day, or does it include Friday as well?
No, it's just the actual day.
Yes.
I know, like on my job, because I work for the county,
Yeah.
they gave us Friday off too, because they know nobody coming to work Friday. Who's gonna come to work Thursday?
I would.
Yeah.
I would. But they'd be like, oh, dude, I'm like sick and stuff. Because like whatever, but they're actually drunk
Yeah.
or they were up too late.
But they know a lot of people at a bunch of jobs are not going to come in on Friday. But the holiday is actually Thursday.
Yes.
So Friday, you'll get your mail, a bank will be open, all that kind of stuff. It's not like the day after Thanksgiving where that Friday is usually just like a automatic holiday. Hey, David.
Yeah, Blue Splash.
How are you today?
Is here today as we do our impromptu. This is not the trivia night.
No,
We're
we'll probably do
planning
that. We got the stuff
We're
together.
all ready for the trivia.
Yeah,
we're all
we
ready
are
for
ready
trivia
for the
night. I
trivia.
hope you'll be able to join us.
Yeah.
So we haven't
Yeah.
done that in a while.
Yeah, and that should be fun.
Do we know what day that is?
No. We don't know what day.
Inquiring minds.
They don't care. They'll just show up.
They don't care.
I mean, they'll just show up and then it'll be on. The trivia
They want to see if they'll win a prize.
I don't know if we're giving out prizes this time.
I have doled out prizes in the past. To be fair,
we only did one trivia. You keep saying we did two.
No, we did. We did TV themes of the 70s, and we also did TV themes of the 80s as two separate trivias.
I don't remember that.
Wow.
I remember the TV theme, but I don't remember two different things. That massive comic hall in that truck. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, so 57 boxes all together.
Yeah. We've started going through it. We're going to take our time, go through it, pick out what we want, and then whatever we don't.
Pretty sure there's not a stack of Spider-Man 300s in there, but still.
See,
I told you. People are like, hey, wait a minute. I want to get on. I want to get in on this because it's just fun. When we did it the last couple of times, people had a blast with it.
I had a good time because I didn't know half of that stuff either. Hey, Austin, how are you?
Here. Yeah, it's all good fun. It's all in good fun. But I might do something. I could give away that extra set of the Electric Company.
What is that?
I have the Best of the Electric Company on DVD, but I have an extra set. Who would like the DVD, the box set of the original Best of the Electric Company 1970s edition?
No hands went up.
I only just said it. Give people a chance to respond. I think we need to give away your Queen Studios Joker statue.
Yeah, you can go along with it too. Let me show y'all what I got in the mail.
Oh, she did get something in the mail. Look at this.
The Super 7 Sesame Streets. Because I did like this. When I saw, and I'm not a fan of the reaction figures.
Yeah.
But when I saw these, I was just like on top of it. I was like, wow. That really hit the nostalgia button for me. I guess the Oscar probably pops up. It is a little lever on the back.
There he goes.
So his head, his head will pop up.
They should have made him orange.
Yeah, because the older one was orange.
Yes, the original one was orange. They'll do that as a chase, or they'll make a second edition of that one.
Yeah, because Super 7 don't do chases.
No. Don't. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the hell Super 7 does anymore.
Yeah.
No.
But I got these, and I just when I saw these, I thought they were pigeon. They were just like, wow, because every so often they'll do something that just get you. Let me see, got a couple of stuff.
Yeah, Craig says, I see you have the Sweat Hogs. They spent 20 years collecting toys and finally got themselves a nice loose set last year. That's great. The Mattel, that's right here. The yellow packages.
I thought
Mattel
that was
Sweat Hogs.
Welcome Back, Carter.
Yeah, the Sweat Hogs is the name of their little group on Welcome Back, Carter.
Oh, okay.
They're the little gang.
Hey, I'm an NPC. What's that?
Sergey.
What's an NPC?
Or Surge Sauce.
You got to tell us what NPC means because we don't understand.
Is that digital stuff?
I don't know.
And Blue Splash says he might get Oscar. They look good.
Yeah.
They look good.
Yeah, when I saw them on the roundup, I was like, wow, that actually looks good. Like I said, I like the nostalgia stuff. I do have a lot of Sesame Street, but they didn't make these like the Yips. They
Yeah.
didn't make
What
the
do they call
Yips.
them on there? Yip. Oh, it
Yeah,
is Yip
it
Yip.
was called Yip.
Yip Yip Martians.
And
They should have gave them a telephone
yeah.
because
Well,
that's a famous one with the telephone. Oh, Blue Splash says there's more legends and stuff hitting Ollies. Doesn't surprise us.
we were at Ollie's
Yeah.
Saturday, I think. Yeah, and there was a ton of Marvel Legends there. Black Panther, Eternals, Doctor Strange, all of that. The comic books aren't that great though.
Yeah, we looked at the comic bags and it's mostly new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where people are finding like this really cool vintage 70s books at. We don't have them.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got the Warrior set from
Oh, okay.
Mezco, one of my favorite movies. That is a
The
good
Warriors
movie.
is a fun movie.
Yeah, I like that movie. That was a good movie.
Yep. And he says the new Super 7 Dungeons and Dragons based on the 80s book covers got me. Take my money. You're still talking about reaction, I guess. And Toy Shake says they all look good. Love the Yip Yips. LPH, did you get the Fraggle Rock by Boss Fight Studios?
Nah, I didn't get it. I had thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
but no, I didn't get it. I got the Fraggle Rocks by Funko Pop. I know, right? But no, I didn't get those. I thought about them though. Non-playable character. What's a non-playable? Oh, that's what. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
NPC.
That's what NPC
stands for.
Stands for non-playable character. Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Because it just sits there.
I guess so.
I don't.
Mm-hmm. It sit right there in the box.
Yeah, but that's the whole welcome
On the
back
shelf.
Carter. Those welcome back Carter figures with the Mattel Sunshine Family doll bodies, because that's what Mattel did. They copied the bodies for those. They did it with Space 1999. They did it with Mork and Mindy.
Okay. I didn't see a Casey Jones from Mezco.
Mezco Con.
Yeah.
There must be something.
Something. Okay.
He says
something.
it sold out in 6 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, stuff like that. I don't even bother to show sometimes on the weekly roundup because it's like nobody has a shot.
Yeah. Plus, it's already out, and then you wouldn't be able to show it till tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, Friday. I mean.
Friday, anyways.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad they stopped with those con like exclusives where you had that limited time, because you remember Funko used to do it. Things would sell out in 2 minutes. Mondo did it a couple of times. Things sold out within like 10-15 minutes. And now you're saying Mezco. I hated that.
You're sitting there and you've got it in your cart and you're processing your payment information, and then it tells you, oh, we're sorry.
Yeah, it kicks you out.
Hey man, I had it in the cart. I mean, you're processing my credit card. What the hell?
I'd rather you say you got 7 days, you got 15 days, 30 days, something like that. But don't
set a time limit.
Yeah, set a time limit. Don't just put it up and then say, okay, we got 100 in the first 100 people, and no, it's sold out in 30 seconds.
And then somehow or other, there's some joker on eBay that's got 30 of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Was 140 with shipping and tax. So even though was in my cart, I let it go over everything being so much and limited order time.
Says Toy Chic. Yeah. It takes the fun out of it.
Yeah.
It takes the fun out of it.
Yeah.
And then you have it and you're like, well, what do I got this for?
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how I felt with a couple of things. I did buy like that Masters of the Universe Night Stalker. I did get that because I really liked it. I saw it on the Mattel Creation.
Uh-huh.
It looked good. But I'm like, man, you know what? I'm really kind of tired of all of these things. But then they keep putting out something that really pulls at you. And then I'm going to just have to start being more firm and like, no, I'm not getting that.
More discerning. Yeah, Raccoon says they remember when Funko did that on Wednesdays. They took a day off for work to babysit the website for a Halloween Care Bear pop. I hope you got it.
Yes, I remember that. I used to, Man, I used to be at work and I'll stop everything when that window opened and I would get everything set up, get everything ready, made sure I was logged in, made sure my address was right, my
Yeah.
credit card was in there, and then I would get there. And then sometime it'll go through, most time it didn't. And the one I hated the most was like one year they did like the Christmas exclusives, and it was like I don't know if it was once a week or every day or something. They had out a different
Drop.
drop, and like the first day you were able to get something, but then as the time went on, nope, you couldn't get it.
Yeah, it got weirder and weirder as time went on.
Yeah, I had to hurry up and look at the figure, then hurry up and make a decision. Either get it in a hurry or pass. Yeah, crazy. I'm glad those days are over. For me, they're over. Hey Thor,
Thor's
how are
there.
you? I get still
Oh, Raccoon
yeah.
did get it. There you go.
I got that Care Bear pop. I remember that one. I still love it. I like all my Care Bears. I like all my pops. I think it's about 2 or 3 that I could get rid of, but not the rest of them. I 100% agree on Motu. I did get the Night Stark as well. You get the
You getting
no,
the SDCC? Too
I'm
bad.
not getting that first time for those feet. Yeah, no, but I'm not getting it though. I did see it because it was on the Mattel Creations. They said that it was coming. I did get the Adam and Cringer because they never did Cringer before as a
As
action
Cringer.
as an action figure.
Yes.
They did Cringer with the Mattel with the Maddie Club,
Yeah.
but I didn't realize it because of course I never take my stuff out the box. That is as a figurine.
Yeah.
So I got the Adam and the Cringer 2-pack. I got that, and that's all. I'm not doing nothing else. I'm about done with all that.
It's too much at the same thing.
It
over
is
and
too
over
much
again.
at the same time, and it's like it's no space.
Over and over and over.
I would rather it's some other older stuff. Like I said before, I really want to start getting into Space Ghost. I want to get into Space Ghost. I want to finish up
Yeah,
with
didn't
my
FTC make those? The Space Ghost?
it was 2 different companies that made them. But you know, I just want to do something else. And all of this other stuff, this brand new stuff coming out, I ain't with it. But I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that Mondo re-released that Mr. Freeze. Now, if they re-release that Mr. Freeze, I'm gonna get that.
Oh yeah.
Because I missed out on the Mr. Freeze, and I like that character,
Well,
and I liked how they did it.
They
It was
re-released
nice.
a couple of them.
Yeah,
just
the
recently.
Bane and the Man Bat and all of that. I want them to re-release that Mr. Freeze. I would get that.
Oh, would you?
What you doing?
I'm
right
just
now?
trying to see something here real quickly. Trying to see something here really quickly.
$75 for the PVC Cringer. No, it wasn't $75. That thing was like 19.
Was it?
But if you go on eBay, they're selling it for $50, starting at $50. But if you go on Big Bad Toy Store, it's like $20. So I don't know. What you showing these? What is this? Oh,
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles. You can't. Oh yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, I want to see if anyone recognizes those.
These cards. Oh yeah, if you turn it right, you can see the color on it.
Who knows where those are from? See if anybody recognizes those.
I don't think anybody gonna recognize.
Oh yeah,
these.
you don't think anyone's gonna know what those are?
Toy Chic might, because he collects
Toy Chic
Ninja
might know
Turtles.
what those are.
Yeah, he's a big Ninja Turtle collector.
Yeah, to see that.
And another thing I really want to get into is the original Toxic Crusader, which is a lot, and not Big Bad Toaster. Super 7 has a wave of Toxic Crusader that's cheaper.
Remember when this was the pinnacle of hologram technology? Or hologram card technology? Who knows what these are? Who knows what these are? Oh, okay. I knew Toy Chic figured it out. He says that's what the Motu Classic Cringer is worth now. $75.
But they didn't make a Cringer. You have to take him out of the box because
Uh,
he was in the box with Queen Marlena when she was in her queen outfit and when she was in
the
the
astronaut.
the
outfit,
astronaut outfit. Cringer was there, but he never had a box by himself. So I don't know. I guess if it's loose, do you have? Do you
Thor wants to
plan?
know if we're going to get the McFarlane Bat Tumbler, the all black or camouflage version.
No, I don't like the tumbler.
You don't like the tumbler.
Mm-mm.
And Toy Chic says turtle pies. That is correct. 1991, 1991, Hostess made those disgusting, the Hostess fruit pies,
Mm-hmm.
but they were filled with like this green colored cream.
Oh God.
Yeah, they were really gross. But they came with trading cards,
Mm.
and they were regular cards, I think, with a yellow border.
Mm.
They might have been stickers. I might be mixed up there, but they also
Hey,
made.
Chance.
Yeah, there's Chance. Hey guys. They also made.
Mm.
They also made these hologram cards, and that is the complete set of the hologram cards
Mm.
in mint condition.
How's it going, Chance? Hope
Yeah.
all is well.
Yeah, Chance. From the Nostalgic Pod Blast, and that is his channel also. So
And he does a comic book unboxing every Sunday at 3 p.m. He
that's
brought
right.
what 17 long boxes?
I believe so.
And he's down to 3. He got
Yep.
3 more left, so he got 3 more weeks. He opens them up and
Mhm.
shows you each book. And that's fun to look at the various books. He got a
Mhm.
good little lot there.
We've been on a couple of his unboxings. With
Yeah,
him.
we
He
were
does
on
it
there
live.
last week. Yeah,
Mhm.
he does a live unboxing, so you can chat as you go. And we were on last week. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So check out his channel. And Toy Chic verifies that that's loose out of the box.
Yeah, that
$75.
Cringer.
Oh, so I can bust them open and we can make a couple
You
dollars.
buy your own and bust it open and make a couple of dollars. I'm gonna bust mine
It's
open.
way down at the bottom of the box. If you shuffle it out of there, no one will ever
Go ahead.
notice.
See
No,
what
you
happens.
don't think so?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's not. I guess it's not going to work, guys.
Mm-mm.
I guess we're going to have to leave it mint on the card.
Exactly.
Mint on the card, but that's okay. That's what we're doing. I figured Toy Chic would know what those were.
Mm-hmm.
With those, that hologram set. That's a tough set to put together. Toy Chic says turtle pies are worth close to 800 or more for a sealed one, if even possible to find. The
Wow.
empty ones can go for over 100. Oh, the wrapper.
package.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my God.
Who wants that brick? You know how disgusting that is.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
no.
Who saved that? The same guy that saved them those things we saw, those mints. You remember?
Yeah, I did a short from the antique mall because there's a sealed container of like the countertop glass display of those candy mints from like the 50s or 60s or something with the little mint puffs. But
the soft mints.
Yeah, they're all like grody now.
Yeah,
but it's still sealed.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
the whole container, the whole jar.
Grab a whole handful of those and just munch.
Ugh.
See how that tastes.
No chances. No Dallas news.
Not time for Dallas yet. No, you're gonna have to wait once a week.
Yeah.
Once
so
a
we
week.
haven't gotten anywhere since Sunday. So
yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow is Dallas night. We got to see what's going on with Pam. Well, with
we
Sue
know
Ellen.
what's going on with Sue Ellen.
Because Sue Ellen and that boy about to get it on.
Ugh.
I wonder if she had a hard time playing that role.
And they always make him look like extra young, like wearing like the cutoff t-shirt and the super tight shorts. And it's like, oh my God, he's like bunched up in these shorts, like he had to, like they suspended him from 2 bungee cords. He suspended the shorts from 2 bungee cords, and he had to jump out of a second floor window to get into them. Yoing! This so
but
tight.
He does look like a teenager, and she looks older. She looks like she's 40. I wonder if she had a hard time playing that role because
We're
they kissed a couple of
yeah,
times.
we're beyond cougar. We're in saber-tooth tiger mode with the age differences between these two.
Yeah, she's
It's
like
like,
old enough to be his mama.
oh my
And it's
god.
like she had to have had a hard time. And even a guy had to have a hard time playing that role because it's
Cuckoo.
like, you gotta be a good actor. I'm like, it's just acting, it's just
Yeah.
acting.
Cuckoo, Mrs.
Oh, he was
Robinson.
in the Blue Lagoon. It's
Oh,
okay. I saw Blue Lagoon, but I don't
I
know.
don't remember it.
But with straight hair. Okay. Sue Ellen's boy toy.
Whoa, I know. You know who tried to get a boy toy?
Who?
Daisy from Keeping Up Appearances. Remember?
Mm-mm.
She when she was wearing the leather, and Rose found her a quote boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
but not really, just to try to make Onslow jealous,
Mm-hmm.
and Onslow ignored him.
Yeah.
She was on the back of the motorcycle, all done up in leather and everything, and parading him around. He
And
was like,
Onslow never cares.
if you're gonna get yourself a boy toy, get someone who's Andy around the house. Get some of this place cleaned up.
It is awkward to
Yeah,
watch those scenes
because he looks
because
like a kid.
yeah, he does look like he about 17, 18 years old. I'm sure he's older, but he just looks so young. And then she looks like she's 45.
At least that's being
And
generous.
she's probably not, but still, you know, it's just you just gotta be an
And
actor.
she's not that attractive, anyways. So it doesn't help.
Well, I think it's the hair.
I don't think she's attractive.
I don't
But
know.
then I'm biased because I only really think. I mean, other women can be attractive, but you know, there's a tier that they can't reach because there's one female in particular that I always gravitate towards.
Oh yeah, miss.
I am, but I love you though.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. Let's see,
What are you doing?
getting us back in frame because
Uh,
you did something weird.
mm,
Because I can look all over the place. See,
mm-mm.
well, I to a point,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of stops.
People don't want to see all that.
They want to look around the room. Look around the room. Well, you can look around in the corner.
Yeah.
You
In
can
the
look around
corner of the room.
in the corner of the room a little bit because of the direction that we're facing in. Always something to see. And people occasionally notice something in the background and they're like, hey, I remember that, or hey, what's that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's always interesting. It's always interesting, but that's part of the hobby. And it's fun when somebody sees something that they forgot about.
Yeah, and then you can talk about it and
Yeah,
give a
and
little
then they,
history lesson or just remind people
yeah,
or tell them something that they probably never heard of before. So
it's
it
like,
is
I
always cool.
remember that, or I had that, or I seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
Things like
Mm-hmm.
that. And it's just fun. It's like Pixel Dan with the bad case of worms,
Oh yeah.
because you could see it. You could see it. He was like, "Where is this from?" He remembered. He remembered the bad case of worms. It's this right here, the Mattel bad case of worms, and they advertised on TV.
So what's in there? Just like a jelly worm?
That, no, it's not. Well, it's two rubber sticky worms,
Yeah.
and they imply different colors, but I've only ever seen them in orange.
Hmm.
And I have one that's open.
Oh, okay.
I do have one that's open, but that's just fun. Here we go. See, it's like a little suitcase. It's a little suitcase, and it says a bad case of worms novelty toy. Two icky, yucky worms in a case, and you open the little case up, and you get two little worms inside.
Oh yeah, it
And
is orange.
they're always orange.
Sometime chance, depending on the condition
Mm-hmm.
of the bag. Like sometimes you'll buy books from some vendors and the bag is a decent bag and the board is a decent board. Sometimes you get it and it's
It's
that like
junk.
that rubbery bag, or the bag
That
is,
poly bag.
yeah, and the bag is yellowing, or sometimes the board is smaller than the bag. So then I'll rebag. And the same with the shopper online.
Just trying to show here because he does have a little face. See his little
Hmm.
mouth? He's got a little face on him.
Yeah, but sometimes we rebag. Not all the time, depending on, again, the condition of the bag.
Yeah, I think this was 1981 Mattel. Just like
Mm.
a countertop novelty toy for like $1 or whatever.
Seeing that Sesame Street album from your last stream brought back
Oh yeah,
so many great memories of my parents that are no longer here. Appreciate the throwbacks. They hit the spot sometimes. Yeah, and that's what it's all about.
sure.
You know, simpler times, times when things were simple and fun and just kind of relaxing. Like now you're grown up, you got responsibilities, you got things to do, you actually got things to worry about now.
Yeah,
So, try
for
to create
real
a,
worry.
yeah, you
Yeah,
try to create a space where for the time we're together, we can not think about those things, not talk about those things. Just forget about it for a little while.
and that album is a lot of fun to listen to.
You said you listened to it. That
I
Saturday Night Fever,
or Sesame Street Fever.
Yeah,
I I
Sesame Street
I
Fever.
did listen to it, and it's actually pretty good. I was like, this is fun. I like this album actually. But
Yeah. I like the picture disc, and I'm getting into the
oh
picture disc
yeah,
now. We got a couple. Um,
those are cool.
yeah, and I actually listened to one. It's just a story, the Bernstein
Berenstain
Bears
Bears
one, and it
was
wasn't
funny.
singing. It was they were just telling a story,
Yeah.
one of their stories, and that was pretty cool.
Hmm.
So you do kind of things like that. We got the puzzles, the trash cans, just different things to kind of remind you of when you were
When
younger.
things were simpler.
Hmm.
Simpler times. Simpler times when everybody wasn't trying to kick your butt, choke the life out of you. Nostalgic says the theme from Sesame Street was stolen from a 1965 movie soundtrack by Dominic Frontier for a movie titled Billy.
Really, I never heard of that movie.
I don't know if I remember Billy.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if I
How you gonna
remember that
steal a
Billy.
song?
They had to get it from somewhere. And Toy Chic says,
Correction.
"Oh, turtle pies are like 60 rapper wise. Finding sealed is probably still a unicorn impossible. Sorry, he had to recheck himself. That's okay. So if you got one, would you taste it?
You got people that got
They do stuff
dedicated
like that.
channels, eating this 30-year-old
Yeah.
cereal or cookies or whatever.
I found a can of raviolis from 1972. Watch me eat it.
Why would
Yeah.
I want to watch you eat that?
Because people will watch that because people like the sideshow. They want to see the circus freak, and it's like, let me watch this guy. Like the stupid cinnamon challenge. Once upon a time, remember that, the
Hmm.
cinnamon challenge? Because if you put a hand, like a spoonful of raw cinnamon in your mouth,
Hmm.
it'll absorb all the moisture out of your mouth. It'll make you gag, and that was the problem. But you could fake it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you use brown sugar. Brown sugar is moist. So you put brown sugar on the spoon and put it in your mouth instead of cinnamon, and you could ace the challenge. People never caught on to that. Nostalgic says there's a track on the Billy record album. Patty Duke was the star of Billy, along with Jim Backus
Bacchus.
as her father.
When I was in the military, they had the cracker challenge. You used to get the saltine crackers, these two big crackers in your MRE pack, and you had to eat both of them. I want to say in a minute, because it was dry.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't drink any water, couldn't do nothing. You had to eat them. I forgot how long. I want to say it was a minute.
That's
You had
silly.
to, yeah, to do all
People
these
come up with silly stuff.
weird challenges, and it's like, ugh, who does all these things?
They got away with it though, didn't they? Chance. He
Never
says they
heard anything
just told
about
me.
it.
I'm sure that they arrange something. It's all always comes down to cutting a check. That you remember all the trouble that Rob Van Winkle got
Wow.
into with Ice Ice Baby,
Ooh.
and what was the Play That Funky Music White Boy,
Yeah.
because both of those tracks, I mean, they just went ahead and ran with them, and then after the fact they came around and were like, hey man, that's our music, and they just cut a check. Most of the time that's how it's settled. Blue Splash says Guy on Ripley ate rotten food and never got sick. He can eat out of the dumpster.
People do all kind of weird things just for the sake of saying I did this. I would buy you a copy of that record at the convention so you can
Oh yeah. Will I want to hear it? I don't know.
hear it a bit.
Yeah. The find the record at the show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the record convention.
Yeah, I got some things in mind that I wanna look for. Is a couple of records, and I know every time I go with something in mind, I never find it. The last time I wanted to find Sticks and Ambrosia, and nobody had Sticks or well, I did find one Sticks album, but nobody had Ambrosia.
Oh, Toy Chic says, "Who got that Batman 181 I cleaned? Super jelly. One last book I need. I'm looking for a cheap copy for me to clean." Yeah, for those of you who don't or aren't aware, I do cleaning and pressing, and I take contracts. And that one is actually for a local dealer. You're talking about that first Poison Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
That's for a local dealer. He gave me a short stack of higher end books that he wanted cleaned and pressed.
Mm.
So that's what I did. Yeah, I put those up on. Sometimes I'll show them on Instagram, some before and after
Oh,
photos of some of
okay.
the books that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm available for that.
That's cool.
I do it. You can find me on the Instagram, open by chance. There I am.
On you Facebook.
Yeah, I don't post on Instagram probably as often as I should, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not as big of an audience there. I know I was half tempted to keep that one myself because that's a nice copy.
That ain't your book.
I know. I'm not going to keep it. I wouldn't keep somebody else's book. But I mean,
Yeah.
that's one that I have on my radar as well. I would like to have the first Poison Ivy myself.
I just got two on my radar right now. I
Hmm.
still want Strange Adventures 205, The First Dead Man, and Amazing Spider-Man 50. I would love to have those two books. Hey,
Yeah.
Reston, how are you?
Oh, Reston is here late.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Yep,
But
you're here.
because I had not too long ago come across that copy of what is it, Detective 359, the first appearance of Batgirl, and it was graded a 3.0.
Mm.
Might
Yeah.
remember me showing that one,
Mm-hmm.
and I broke it out and I cleaned and pressed it, and it came back. I sent it back in to be regraded, and it came back at 5.5.
Wow. That's a good one.
Uncarded says How Much I Feel is an awesome song.
Yeah, by Ambrosia.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're a good band. I think they're underrated. They don't get a lot of airplay. Well, no, I mean they got like how much I feel, and there's one other song that they play to death. But they got a lot of other good songs that I don't think get a
There's
lot of
plenty of
play.
bands that fly under the radar. When have you ever heard anything from Nectar? They're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. They have some pretty interesting studio albums, and it's like you never hear them. You never hear them.
Yeah.
You never hear anything on the radio from the '70s from the Rolling Stones either, except for "Can't Get No Satisfaction." That's like the only one they ever play from their '70s runs. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I don't know what to say about all of that.
Well, they got the ones that they like to play that they just
Oh, that's my
kind of
flock.
push on you.
Yeah,
Um, but I don't know. Hey, Sarah, how are you?
it's my flock. Everyone. She has a channel too.
Yes, check her channel out. She has a channel, and her and Nostalgic Pod Blast do a lot of collaborations together. So you'll see her on his channel and vice versa. They do a lot of collaborations all the time.
That's from the guy we got the lot from.
Oh yeah, we bought out a comic lot and we started sifting, and that's just some of the stuff that we've sifted through. So
Okay. But with that, we are going to go ahead and wrap things up because we just jumping on. I
yeah,
guess we still don't know when we're doing the trivia night.
no, I don't know yet, but we'll put it up early in the day so y'all will know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll give you a little bit more advance warning.
and it'll say trivia night tonight, something like that.
Yeah.
So, so
So with
I don't
the,
want to say it's going to be like tomorrow or Friday, and then you get tired and you don't do nothing.
but we'll go ahead. Excuse me. We'll go ahead and wrap things up, and we will do this again some